All right, let's talk about Candace Owens. Candace Owens, first and foremost, Candace, if you watch my show, thank you very much. You are fantastic and an inspiration to a lot of people out there, including myself. She challenged Facebook fact checker PolitiFact and won. Boom! That's right. Self-described fact-checking website recently issued a correction after labeling a post by Candace Owens saying Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden isn't president-elect as false. That's it. There's the story. And moving on. No, I'm just kidding. All right. PolitiFact issued a statement following a threat of legal action from the popular conservative commentator. Correction. PolitiFact originally labeled this video false in our capacity as a third-party fact-checker for Facebook, PolitiFact said. On November 20th, an appeal to that decision was made on behalf of Ms. Owens. PolitiFact approved the appeal on November 20th, determined that a correction was appropriate, and removed the false rating. Biden has declared victory in the presidential election, and many news outlets have been referring to him as president-elect. The Epic Times isn't calling the race until all litigation contesting the election results play out. In the video, Owens discussed how Biden isn't president-elect until the Electoral College decides who to vote for, and those votes are counted in a joint session of Congress on January 6th, 2021. Joe Biden is literally and legally not the president-elect. So why is the media pretending he is? Owens wrote in an occupying caption. PolitiFact rated the assertion false, prompting the threat of legal action from Owens. Weeks ago, Facebook censored a post of mine which truthfully stated Joe Biden is not the president-elect, so I got lawyers involved. Conclusion, PolitiFact uncensored the post and admitted that they lied by rating my post false. The fact checkers are lying for the Democrats. That was a quote from Owens, and she is 100% correct. They are working for the Democrats. Yep, I said it. They're working for the Democrats. I agree with her. That's exactly what happened there, because it's true. He isn't the president-elect. I don't care what AP says. I'm assuming below in my video, which they've done multiple times, they've just added, the election has been called by AP, whatever, blah, 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 Joe Biden, president-elect. It's like, yeah, well, here's the fact checkers. The fact checkers, I'm going to do in quotes now, getting caught with their pants down. Yeah, Candace Owens called you out, all right, and good for her, because she's right. You guys are working for the Democrats. You are trying to push this narrative. You've been spinning this narrative for years, basically all the way back to 2012 when that law was changed where you can propagandize American citizens, which we need to change back, by the way. And I'm going to do some more digging on that, because I want to actually just talk about that act and what happened there, because a lot of things started going awry at that moment. But I'm going to continue reading here. The correction wasn't added to PolitiFact's website. PolitiFact, which receives funding from Facebook, is one of about a dozen websites utilized by the social media platform to perform fact checks, which have been widely criticized for their subjective nature. You think? Yeah. Most Facebook fact checkers are dominated by left-leaning funding, personnel, and organizations. The Epic Times reported in September, and actually Project Veritas did an incredible job basically blowing the lid off of the fact that their Facebook, mind you, is what I'm talking about, not just the fact checkers. Facebook alone, most of their employees hate Trump supporters. They have TDS to the max. They see a MAGA hat and they ban the person. Like, they've been caught red-handed talking about this stuff, admitting it. Multiple different employees. Shout out to Project Veritas, because they do a lot of this kind of stuff, and it's incredible to see. Man, PolitiFact published an article earlier this month saying Biden is president-elect of the United States, although the website acknowledged that there is still more left in the process and the declaration is subjective. Okay, so what? The fact checkers are posting subjective things? How is that? That's not a fact. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so they're a publisher now. They're not fact checking. They're just publishing what they think is what whoever's paying them wants you to hear. That's what they're doing. PolitiFact didn't respond to a request for comment. A spokesperson previously told the Epic Times that the website has passed the International Fact-Checking Network vetting process test repeatedly. Sure you did. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, who controls that? I haven't looked into that at all, I'll be honest. I don't know anything about the International Fact-Checking Network vetting process test. Great. Yeah. Like, I don't trust anything anymore. I don't trust anybody anymore. That's why I'm like, even all the fraud stuff, it's hard to believe. Nothing is easy to believe anymore. That's why I got to read it all day long. So, like, today, I got in maybe like an hour and a half before my show started. I'm like, man, I want to talk about this stuff, but I don't know enough about it. I need to have some sort of general idea and a solid grasp of what's going on. Now, I have been paying attention, obviously, to the voter fraud and stuff, which is crazy. But now this is in Arizona, and I voted in Arizona because that's been my legal residence for 15 years. That's where I've voted, and every time I've ever voted actually has been in Arizona. I still don't know if my vote counted. Still. And what I'm seeing, it's craziness. I don't even think, even if my vote did count, now I'm curious if it was counted for Trump. Because you better believe I voted for Trump. That's right. I voted for him. I don't believe my vote was even counted. I'm curious, how many out there, do you believe your vote counted? I'm honestly really curious. I want to know if you think your vote counted. All right? In comments, all right, just put an F if you don't think your vote counted. And if you do think it counted, do nothing. I just want to see how many Fs roll in to see how many people out there think their vote didn't count, because it just blows me away. Hey, Carlin Borsenko's in chat. What up, Carlin? How you doing? You are awesome, and looking forward to having you on my show Thursday, because I know you've got a lot to say. You are spicy, my dear, and very fun to watch from afar. Anyway, I want to bring up this next fact. This is from Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis. The Electoral College determines the president-elect. Wow. All right, mind you, there's a lot of Fs in chat right now. So many Fs in chat. Texas, where else? Where are you from? Oregon. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm sure Oregon. Alabama, all over the country. California, New York City. Man, how do you know? There's someone in Canada. Like, come on. South Jersey, man. Yeah, exactly. Jersey, too, especially the blue places. Delaware. So many Fs. It's crazy how many are out there. My goodness. Carlin said, I usually don't have very many strong opinions. I don't swear on my show, but I would swear right now. Normally, I would to call you out because I think that is BS. All right? But she does say smash that like button, everyone. Smash. Look, you see my like button behind me? Look at that. It's being smashed. It's in a constant state of smash. That's right. That's how you should be. All right, let me continue reading here. President Donald Trump's lawyer, Jenna Ellis, said that until the Electoral College votes, there is no president-elect. And she's right. Or unless one of the two people running, which there happen to be two right now, or three, Joe Jorgensen, sure, but she's not really in the running anymore. Now it's between Biden and Trump. If one of them were to concede, right? If one conceded, the other one would then become president-elect. But neither of them have conceded, so there is no president-elect. All right. I just had to say that. In an interview with Fox Business, Ellis said certifications from states and media projects mean little because the Electoral College is the body that determines who the president is. Until the Electoral College actually votes on December 14th, we don't have a president-elect, Ellis told Fox Business, adding that Trump's team is working on lawsuits in several states, as well as lobbying state legislators to affirm their constitutional authority to select electors to the Electoral College. Numerous news outlets have called the race for Democrat Joe Biden, while several battleground states have certified the results of the November 3rd election in recent days. On Monday, Arizona Doug Ducey and Secretary of State Katie Hobbs certified their state's results. The Epoch Times has not called the race for either candidate. And as I've been talking about, this hearing was going on today when they certified today. During the hearing where they're bringing all this evidence of voter fraud, they quickly just certified it. Okay, it's like they're slapping themselves in the face and also slapping every single American out there, especially me, because I voted in Arizona. I don't believe these people anymore. You're not even going to let this hearing play out? Maybe certify tomorrow? After there's people on the record going, I wouldn't certify that vote on my life, saying that you would attest in court that all of the votes were legally obtained. They were like, no way would I ever touch that. I would be fired. I would be thrown in prison because it is not true. Anyway, I'm going to continue from this report. In Pennsylvania, we have 2 pieces pending and primed for the Supreme Court, Ellis said, per Newsmax. Now we have another case in the Third Circuit ready to go to the Supreme Court. We have 10 days from that ruling to appeal it. But meanwhile, the state legislators have affirmed under the Constitution with election integrity and the ability to select the manner of their electors to move forward, Ellis said, adding that Trump is that strategy very seriously. Ellis argued that the Constitution allowed for state legislators to pick electors as a safeguard. That does seem like they're going that route. The reason for that is to make sure that people's voice is heard and the correct outcome ultimately happens through the Electoral College, she said. President Trump is right. There was widespread fraud in at least 6 states. The state legislators must take back their selection of delegates and move forward to choose the delegates that are preferred by the people we know President Trump won in a landslide. Now, there's some stuff that I've heard. Man, Dr. Shiva, I believe that's his name. My goodness, the math that they're showing, okay, it's crazy. It is insanity. They are truly just blatantly not caring about even the raw data that people have. Now, I don't know if this is supposedly confirmed during the hearing. As I said, I haven't watched the whole hearing myself. I've just been catching up. A colonel says that they have proof that these Dominion software people can access it online and alter the data, and they have the original data, the packets proving that it was all the information was moving online unsecuredly. And he even said your vote is less secure than your Venmo account. It is insane. I can't believe this. All right, so now I'm kind of bouncing around, but I mean, everything revolves around the election. Honestly, I think so. The whole fact-checking thing, like Candace Owens, she's just getting started, all right? And I've been following her all year, honestly. I kind of started, my whole political awakening. I mean, many of you know that I was clueless at the beginning of the year. I openly talk about how I was not politically aware at all, okay? I didn't know. But now I've done months and months of really getting to know the environment, and she's someone to watch, all right? She's smart, she knows what she's talking about, and she's bold, all right? And she talks to people, and she speaks truths. So if you don't know who that is, you should definitely find and follow Candace Owens, because she's amazing. I see great things in her future.